Administrator Hayes! I can't tell you how glad I am to see another Weyland-Yutani face aboard. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Dr. Becker. The company assigned me to the ship in order to oversee trials of a new cryo-sleep routine. But I can't see that happening now. Look at the state of my lab. Months of vital research gone. If I at least had power, I could salvage the backups. But these brutes keep ignoring me. Perhaps you could...
Sorry, Doctor, but they're not exactly friendly to me either.
It's not about friendly. Who holds higher authority? A Weyland-Yutani executive or your typical Marine? Where does half the USCM's funding come from? Who provides their weapons? You might want to push them. I'm sure they'll back down.
Thank you, Doctor. You've given me a lot to think about.
Well, of course I have. Ah, Administrator. I wanted to... Oh. Going that badly, is it?
I'll get back to you on that. Can I do something for you?
Actually, yes. I was hoping you might persuade Sergeant Harper to retrieve some samples of the creatures. One can never have too much information about one's enemies.
I didn't know you worked in corporate espionage, Doctor.
Very droll. On the other hand, I do find that science and skullduggery have a surprising overlap. Both require focus and a keen eye for detail. One supposes.
True enough. And you're right. We need more information on these things. I'll talk to the sergeant. Dr. Becker, you wanted to see me?
Indeed, I did. That specimen you've recovered offered outstanding research possibilities. Have you had the chance to review my initial report on the xenosamples?
I've barely slept.
Oh, yes. Of course. Well, suffice to say, they're absolutely fascinating. I feel my muse gathering herself to action. All manner of breakthroughs tantalize just beyond my fingertips. Long-term benefits aside, I've already had some ideas about how to improve our gallant Marines' equipment. But I need more samples.
These creatures are dangerous, Doctor.
Not when they're dead. And if we took one alive? Well, nothing's impossible. This lab has a containment cell built for such encounters. Perhaps we could use it.
A live specimen? On board? Absolutely not.
I'm simply trying to make myself useful.
Listen, Doctor, I get it. But the Marines will stick with samples, and so should you. We can't have one of those things getting loose on here.
Thank you both for coming.
Out with it, Doctor. There's a lot going on.
More than you know. I've been analyzing your recent encounters with the Darwin era, cross-referencing with survivor reports, and, well, I won't bore you with the details.
And yet you are.
Easy, Sergeant. Doctor, what have you found?
In short, they have found a way to walk among these critters, as you put it. Some cultists seem to carry a preliminary step of the specimen in some sort of device, here, right between their lungs. This allows them to move around older creatures, while your Marines are systematically attacked. Fascinating, isn't it?
Just what we needed. More good news.
What can we do?
At the moment, nothing, I think. Unless you've revised your policy regarding live specimens, Administrator.
She didn't, and she's right. No creatures allowed. End of discussion, Doc.
Marlowe's found a way to suspend the gestation process, and yet your prisoner is recognized as part of the hive. Sure, I suspect he has no direct control over these creatures,
Shut up, Doc. All right, friend. You'd better start talking now, because that red button is getting real compelling.
I don't talk. I only listen.
To what?
Her voice. Cassandra's voice.
Don't you fucking say her name!
Why? Her name is sacred. Her name is the key.
You mother...
The key?
Yes! Cassandra has opened our minds to the hive. Through her voice, we understand their purpose. With her guidance, we feel what they feel. By her teachings, we reach a new stage of evolution.
Where is she?
Where it all began, of course. With the Maker. With Marlowe.
I need to talk with Price.
Becker, keep an eye on him. Harper, wait. I'm sure she has the situation under control.
Here! Of all places! What a blessing!
Fascinating. Really fascinating.
pity. There's no other way. Time for me to leave.
That's far enough, Hayes.
Why? Why did you do it?
I owe an immeasurable amount of money to the company. Price needed the data and the ship. Turns out I could provide her with both and erase my debt.